Alec was a ball of energy, didn't stop moving, 150 miles an hour.
He was amazing. He's into parkour. He was great at doing flips, and he was just a natural, and he used to wow people all the time.
I get so excited when I talk about Matt. He had such a charismatic way about him that when he walked into the room, his smile just lit up life. It was like, oh, Matt's here, let's go,
Zach was a fantastic boy, young man. I called him a boy, he'd probably be insulted because he was about over 6 feet and a very large boy, man. And if there's one thing that everybody needs to know is we love to talk about our sons.
As survivors of suicide loss, these parents are now bonded.
Going to my first support group, I started to recognize an awful lot, and I realized that this was a passion that I needed to share his voice by simply helping others to talk about this, to recognize warning signs.
I too missed a lot of warning signs, but I didn't know those warning signs at that time.
Passionate about mental health and suicide awareness.
People say they're fine all the time, but we don't really know, the shoes they're walking in. That's exactly what happened with Matt. He was so private and so, controlled about what his feelings were that he was there for everybody else but himself.
I think a lot of parents don't approach the children with the question because they don't want to hear the answer. And if they get the answer, how are they supposed to deal with it?
If you could find ways to ask open-ended questions to, start conversations in different ways, or say one thing, the same thing in different ways, you never know how you're going to hit that person in the way they can answer you. And picking up on clues of what they're saying and watching behaviors that are not typical of that person are so important.
Alec's parents describe a mental health system that needs help and time and patience to navigate.
We lost our son, Alec, at the age of 16 in November of 2017. And he, just like the others, he was also private. But the different thing here was we knew, at least in the last year or so, that there was something wrong.
We did everything we thought was right, as far as medical care, hospitalizations, and psychiatrists, medicine, you name it.
They are concerned that the pandemic might be exacerbating mental health issues some young people were already dealing with, stressing mental health is just as important as physical health.
We need to teach them to say, it's okay, and say, hey, I'm anxious or I'm not feeling right today.
Raising awareness and reducing stigma.
And the more we start talking about it, the more we can help prevent suicide and save lives.